Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of the video, guys. Right after this chart analysis, I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys, as well as the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. Today, I managed to find 3 home run opportunities, all going north of 20% plus at their highest point of possibility, and that's something you can become part of too, and we look forward to having you join us. So, XELA, Exela Technologies Inc. Now, this investor was once talking about how this could go north of $8, and I actually was not too fond of those statements, and I saw an investor say that on some Reddit forums and stuff like that, and I honestly did not believe that just yet. We needed to see this break higher than the 5s. A lot of investors are saying that too, because I've seen it even in the comments that this would break through 8. Now, this stock had been in a downward trend, and we started to see some momentum here, and the momentum has started to fade, guys. And I've talked about how important it is for Exela Technologies Inc. to continue pushing upwards for there to be a squeeze. Now, this seemed to have squeezed a bit, but this wasn't a full squeeze, and this was a squeeze when we saw this the first time. So it's significant. Like, could it reach $8? I'm not saying it's impossible, but I did not see it happening anywhere near these levels unless it broke through the highs of 545, and still there were other resistance levels to be broken through in the $6-7 range before getting to 8. But some investors still believe that. So I've asked that question before, and I want to ask that question again. How do you feel? I personally think it needs to break through $5. You don't have to agree with me, but I do look forward to seeing what others are thinking or feeling about what I have to say. I'm not saying that I'm right, but it is something that I'm seeing in the charts, and it is something that I want to emphasize so that investors are not just going off of some, very big hype stories out there. And I'm not saying once again that's impossible, but something to be aware of, right? So when we started seeing this momentum, it started to look like it was pushing upwards, but then it started to pull back. And I had stated it looks like we started to see the form of a bull trap, right? And we've seen bull traps before in the chart already, and I had stated that before, and this seems to have started that downward trend. Now, 222 is still a very significant support level to keep in mind. It's the lowest point that we saw Exela Technologies reach in this downward trend, and now we're seeing it actually jump up, pull back down, and it's in the 250s right now. So it's going to be very, very important moving forward to watch this stay above 222 before this goes any lower and actually starts to reach new support levels that we have not seen before since the last run. Now, for this to squeeze, which everyone's anticipating, that this needs to continue pushing upwards. So before we call this just a bull trap, this could be a setup for the next bull run, but it seems to me too sharp and too consistent. If it kind of pulled back here and just jumped up, that could have been a setup, but let's not rule it out, right? Let's just be aware of it, and that's why these supports and resistance levels are key. So the first support level I'll be watching is 244, and then obviously down here 222 to watch and see how this is reacting within those levels. If it breaks through 222, we are sure on our way to newer lows. It's just no one knows how low this could go or what the next quote-unquote bottom can be, right? So we won't know where it will bottom out, but it's on its way to new lows that we have not seen since this bearish trajectory. Now, the stock actually got rejected here, and this is the first resistance level of 265 going into the aftermarket hours. So that is something to be aware of. That first needs to be broken through to start knowing where momentum is going. It does not indicate that the bulls have gained control or that they're going further into bullish territory, but it is a momentum indicator for us investors to see where things are heading. And the highest point of the day is the most significant resistance level up here of 273 for the bulls to continue pushing upwards, reaching newer highs, and then back up here. The highest point that we saw in this slight recovery from 222 all the way up to 309. That's the point that we really want to see the bulls break through to continue reaching newer highs, new resistance levels. And if you look at the history of the chart, there was a rejection there and a rejection formed there. So that is something to be aware of and pay close attention to, and it's a significant resistance level to the upside. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with a friend so they can receive the insight as well. And all I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys, as well as the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if you want to gain access to the stocks I watch daily, the link is down below in the description. And we look forward to having you join us. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have to share with you guys today is one that I've talked about before, and we're going to look at it in just a moment. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together through the volatility of the market, consistently looking for opportunities. And this is something you can become part of too. And we look forward to having you join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. So here we are with INFI, GRVI, and SPRT. All three of them, we went 3 for 3, gave 20% plus at their highest points. And let's go ahead and look at these two stocks that performed beyond 20% plus in just 30 minutes. So INFI started to push upwards, pulled downwards after the bell, and took off to a highest point of 25% plus. And GRVI was sitting sideways towards the bell and took off for 20% plus as well. This was a phenomenal way to start off in a red day when the Federal Reserve was going to speak and the uncertainty. And the other stock that performed pretty well, and it's still pushing, was SPRT. And here we are with it. You could see it here on the screen. And this stock turns out to pull downwards, right? That's why that instant gratification expectation is not good. You always want to pay close attention to the behavior of the stock, but there's always opportunities, right? So on the first pullback, it dipped down to 763 and jumped up to 838, giving about a 5 to 10% jump, nearly around 8%. And then it pulled back down to 729 and ran up to 870. And if you do the math right there, that right there alone was about 20% plus. It kind of consolidated and ran up again all the way up to the 9. So this gave already about a 20 to 30% plus jump. And this is what it's all about. This is something you can join me and the other members on over at the Discord. And we look forward to having you join us. And let's go ahead and talk about the stock you want to add to your watch list. Well, a ticker symbol I have for you guys that you want to add to your watch list is GNUG, guys. A lot of people have not noticed this very much, but this stock has actually had some strength at these lows. So let's look at it from the 30-minute time frame. You could see that as it pulled downwards, right, it was in a bearish trend. It's had its spikes, and it hit lows here of about $10, ran up to 15 almost, and started pulling downwards. And so far, the lowest point that it reached was 1070s, and it's bounced back up, and its solid point has been right up here around 11 to 1120 in that area, kind of bouncing off of that every single time. It just hit 1097, bounced off of it, and it's at 1184. And this stock, if it continues with this consolidation, it's a great point to actually get more knowledge on the stock and maximize on the opportunity, because analysis ratings are pointing this to the upside. And by getting more information on this stock, you'll be able to understand it. But something that the chart is showing is strength. And if it does break through the 10s, the opportunity is even becoming even larger, and it won't be a new low until it breaks through 1010, guys. So that is important to keep in mind. Anything below 1010 is a new low. Anything above it, it's just getting closer to it, making the opportunity even bigger for when this does start to turn around. And the momentum to the upside is presenting itself as an opportunity, especially with the strength that it's been through all this volatility and not breaking through $10, staying above it. It could break through it, making the opportunity larger. But for now, it has shown strength. And right now, based off the chart and all the research that I've done and analysis ratings, they're pointing this one to the upside from these levels. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below on this one. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.